In the meantime, this afternoon, the Ashanti Regional Director of the Electoral Commission, Benjamin Banobio, is responding to the allegations of stuffing of ballot boxes and inflated figures from the just-ended polls. My colleague, Ohiming Teria, is at his office for some updates. Ohiming, take it away.
Yes, Daniel, the Ashanti region, the just ended 2020 elections has come up in the news strongly with allegations of stuffed ballot boxes and also inflated figures for some of the presidential candidates, especially the MPP presidential candidate, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. So we are here to speak to Mr. Benjamin Banobio to get his reaction and the response to some of these allegations being peddled at the doorsteps of the Electoral Commission. So, Mr. Banobio, thanks for the opportunity to speak to us. First, let me ask you about this allegation that you inflated the number of votes obtained by MPP presidential candidate Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. How true is this? What is the real figure as far as the election is concerned?
Thank you very much. If somebody says that figures were inflated, then the person either is not aware of the processes and procedures that are put in place for elections, especially for these elections. At every level of the elections, at the polling stations, we have all the political party agents there. At the close of the election, ballot papers are counted. The ballot papers that has been cast are counted in the open, and they are counted audibly for everyone there to know. And when they finish counting, they fill or complete polling station resource forms. And these forms are signed by both our officials and then the party agent. And then copies are given to each party agent present. These documents become the primary source for declaring any election at any level. So when we come to the coalition center, we have representatives of political parties there. Then we collate these polling station results together. Every constituency does that. And there too we have the agents there. After collation forms are filled, and then the summary results are also completed. Both documents are signed by officials and then the polling agents. During collation, because they also have the same document which we are using to collate, if there are any anomaly, parties raise it up and then we trash it out before they move on. You come to the regional coalition officers level. What I did as a regional coalition officer is to collate the results so announced at each of the 47 constituencies, of which copies has already been given to the political parties. And they were here with me. Any results that come in, I announce it to them, and everybody gets satisfied before I even add it onto my coalition sheet. So with this transparent and verifiable processes, there's no way anybody can do anything to affect the results. And if you go to the National Coalition Center, where the chairperson of the Electoral Commission as a returning officer is mandated by law to collate for the presidential election, there too we have the agents present. Let me tell you, the chairperson is even the last person at that level who have access to the results that the regions have sent to the commission. The agents are made to review and certify the results from the regions before finally it gets to the chairperson, and then she also collate and come out with the declaration for that election. In Ashanti region, nothing untoward happened. We use the result summaries from all the 47 constituencies in the region. We gave copies of the collated results to them. I mean, the collation forms, we gave them copies. Then the summary results, we gave them copy. They all appended their signatures on all those forms. So if somebody is talking about figures being inflated, I don't know where it is coming from. What I remember is that they raised an issue, first with Adanse Asokwa constituency, that the figures that they collated is not what we announced. Incidentally, the pinches were this. So I asked them to come out with their pinches. They say they don't have it. Somebody is bringing it. If it is now that they are going to bring it, I don't know. Meanwhile, all their agents have signed, all the political party agents have signed. Whatever they raise the issue, these things were there. So I asked them, if you have, then they raised another issue at Ekima, Kwangoma. That place too, they think the figures there were not what they collated. I said, you have a copy, you can bring it. Then they said they don't have it, but the agent did not sign. Yes, the agent did not sign. That is what I have in front of me. But the agent's refusal to sign the results does not invalidate the results. You know, losers always complain. That's how we take it. There is a column that if you do not want to sign for any reason, they say indicate the reasons for not signing. Nothing was indicated there. Nothing was indicated there. So Ashanti region, as much as we are concerned, we announce the true results from what the good people of this country voted for.
So what was the true figure, as you say?
The true figure, as we say, are you talking about the true figures for all the political parties? Yes. The total number that cast their vote?
The MPP figures, that has been in contention.
Oh, that is not a problem. MPP had 1,795,824 votes, which constitute 71.77% of the vote cast. Then NDC had 653,149, which constitute 26.1%. We announced it here, and that is what we sent to head office, and that is what head office used in declare. They have a problem with it because they were indicating that they did their own collation, and the figures they came out or they got or they arrived at is different from what the Electoral Commission also arrived at. But the figures are here. Documents are here. Documents don't lie. And so I asked them to bring their documents, but they could not provide any. So therefore, if somebody is going around peddling those rumors or fake news or lies, in as much as we are concerned, we see ourselves as representatives of the Lord. And we have determined, and in fact we abide by the desire to do things in a very truthful manner that will save this country. And that is what we have done.
Okay, there were also allegations of stuffed ballot boxes in some places, for instance, in Aswase. Did it come to the attention of the EC, and how do you react to this?
Thank you very much. There were no stuffed ballots. What happened in Aswase, that was the only constituency that I had. Even that, it was one polling station. A gentleman was coming to cast his vote. He went to the polling station. And when the gentleman was getting closer to the polling station, an agent of the NDC alerted my presiding officer that this gentleman coming, it looks like he has something, he has concealed some ballots on him, and so they should be watchful. So my presiding officer was also very watchful. The gentleman cast the ballot that was issued to him for the presidential ballot. He did not attempt to do anything. But when you go to the parliamentary ballot, when it was issued to him and he was going to drop it into the ballot box, after dropping what was given to him, he tried to bring out something in his hand to put it into the ballot box. Then, because they were alert, they rushed on him, held his hands, and retrieved about 5 purported ballot papers. But they were not ballot papers of the Electoral Commission, something that has been printed out by an individual. There were 5 copies of that. And even at the first look, you can realize that it's a different material from what we were using. It was so soft, unlike ours, and the colors were so faint. It has no watermark background, as ours have. And the thumbprint, the validation standard were used at the back was oval. Ours was circular, round. Yeah, and ours have the symbol of the Electoral Commission, but that one do not have the symbol of the Electoral Commission. So he was given to the police for them to carry on with the investigation. Nothing, he could not put anything into the ballot box. But it still baffles my mind that when somebody is coming to vote, a party agent will be able to know that this man is carrying something on his body. We need to look at that direction too. And that person is from the NDC. The agent is from an NDC. And then he alerted my officer that this is what the guy is coming to do. And truly the guy went there and did it. Okay. Under normal circumstances, nobody who is of a true frame of mind will attempt that, because there were a lot of people there. The ballot box was in the open. The police were there, knowing very well that you can be arrested.
All right. So we thank you, Mr. Benjamin Banobio, the Ashanti Regional UC Director, for giving us some insight and also dismissing claims that indeed there were stuffed ballot boxes in the Ashanti, and also...
Thank you very much, Ohiming Teria, for bringing us that interview with Benjamin Banobio, who heads the Electoral Commission in the Ashanti region. We'll come back to you, Ohiming, for more updates later in the day. But you're live on JoyNews today with me, Daniel Dazi. Up next is Business with Daryl Kwao. Stay with us.